Congratulations, you've gotten a job offer. Now it's time to talk about salary and benefits. Some companies will allow you to negotiate your salary and benefits. In this presentation, we will give you tips on how to effectively negotiate and navigate the negotiation process. So why negotiate? Salary is based upon the other subsequent raises and negotiations. So for example, if you start off at $30,000, over 10 years, if you get an annual increase rate of 2% on your salary, you'll be making $36,570 at the end of those 10 years. If you negotiated 2% higher, you'll be making over $7,000 more over those 10 years. And even just 5% higher, which is $1,500, you'll be making over $18,000 more over those years. So you can really see how just a little increase in the base salary and negotiation, a little bit more on your base salary, will mean a lot in the long run. When to bring it up? You should not bring up salary negotiation. You should wait for the employer to bring it up. Sometimes it's inappropriate for very structured jobs. So for in the government, military, and management and consulting, and sometimes in education, they have very strict salary levels and salary ranges. So a lot of times you cannot negotiate. But if the employer does bring it up and goes into a salary negotiation process with you, definitely negotiate with them. Also know how to respond to the salary requirement question. And this is the biggest question that students have about this whole process. When a company asks you what's your salary requirements, know what you're worth. Do your research and don't put a dollar number too high or too low. And later in this presentation, we will go over the best ways to research salaries in different careers in different geographic areas. So nonverbal communication is very important. We all know that our body language affects how people see us, but does it also shape how we see ourselves? In her TED Talk, Your Body Language Shapes Who You Are, social psychologist Amy Cuddy discusses how our posture can affect testosterone and cortisol levels in the brain and change our feelings about ourselves. This means that standing tall and proud, even when we don't feel confident, can have a positive impact on how we're perceived. So for example, if you have a very protective or hand-hiding posture, that's going to show that you have very little self-confidence, and it may not get you a higher salary if you're negotiating face-to-face. If you shift your pose to make yourself look bigger or really have some very good self-confidence in your posture, stand tall, that will show more self-confidence, and you're more likely to have better negotiations either in an interview or during that salary negotiation process. If you have that presence and that self-confidence, that being passionate, enthusiastic, comfortable, confident, captivating, and authentic, that will all come out in the process. So what to negotiate? You can definitely negotiate salary, obviously. You can also negotiate benefits. So things like flexible hours, resources for the job, relocation expenses. If you're going to move for this job, it's going to cost at least $1,000 or $2,000 to do that. Hopefully that company will be able to help you out with that or pay for the entire moving process. Vacation time. Do you get 2 weeks vacation, and would you want more than that? Is that something that you can possibly negotiate? Sick leave, insurance, what kind do you get? Dental insurance, do you get vision insurance, anything like that? And retirement, does that company offer matching funds if you put a certain percentage of your paycheck in each month or each week into that retirement account? Definitely things to look into, and definitely other things besides salary to negotiate. So planning is key. Assess your bargaining power. Know what your standard of living might be, know what skills you have, and know the cost of living in that specific geographic area. Research your market, and that's always very important. So know your deal breakers. What must you have, and what things won't you accept? Play out potential results. It's always good to have 3 or 4 different scenarios of what might happen. So for example, if they accept your first offer or they counter offer, how are you going to respond to those situations? Use decision-making and problem-solving skills, and definitely practice. You can make an appointment at University Career Services to get feedback about negotiation process and style. And always present yourself in terms of value to the company, not personal value. So for example, how those things and how those skills that you have are going to value the company, not how much they're worth to you. So know your worth. Research your salaries. Research the high salaries in your career for that geographic area, know what the median is and know what the low is. So that should give you a certain salary range that you're looking to make. Figure out how much money you need to live as well. So where do you want to live? How much do you need for food? How much do you need for transportation? How much do you need for entertainment? Figure out how much money you need to live. And also always know how much your skills, expertise, and education are worth. Obviously, coming straight out of college, you're not going to be making as much as somebody 5 or 10 years out of college that's been in that company or that career. So don't request a salary that that person may be making. Know how much your skills, expertise, and education are worth. Some resources to use: careers.unc.edu, that's University Career Services' main webpage. On there is the NACE salary calculator and also a living comparison calculator. Those are very important tools, very helpful tools in figuring out what salaries go with certain careers in different geographic locations. Keenan Flagler has an intranet and has some very helpful information on there about salaries and salary negotiation and salary calculators. Outside of the UNC system, salary.com and payscale.com are also very good websites to understand and get helpful information about salary ranges. So negotiation strategy. Show your enthusiasm for the job. You already did this as you were interviewing for the job, so just keep that enthusiasm up. Articulate what you bring to the organization. You already sold yourself as a fit in the interview, so you can now look to sell your skills and experiences and how much they are worth to the company. Don't bring personal needs into the discussion either. So don't say, I need this much to buy a big house or a sports car or retire at 40 years old. Always put it in context of what expertise and what skills that will benefit the company. Now, negotiation style. Level 1, the bronze level, is really just bluffing through the negotiation. So that is really just giving them a number without any research and having no idea what you may be worth. Level 2 is presenting a counteroffer based on research. Level 3 goes beyond basic research and connects your skills to the certain position that you are in. And level 4 is having one or more legitimate offers that you're willing to take. So some final tips. Avoid absolutes. Avoid I need, I must, or I have to have this salary or I won't take the job. Avoid that. More likely than not, they'll say, okay, well, we're not going to offer you that. Don't commit until you're absolutely certain. And don't lose credibility as well. That's why it's important to know how much you are worth. So if you come in with a number that's $20,000 to $30,000 higher than you should be making at that specific job, you may lose some credibility with that company. Also know your bottom line. Don't start off at the bottom line, but know where you're willing to take it and know the bottom line of what you're willing to take. As we said before, consider alternatives to higher salary, negotiate your benefits, negotiate more vacation time, sick leave, whatever that may be. Stay positive and use your manners. Always stay professional. Never take negotiations negative or insult anybody. That will always end badly. Know when to fold them. This is the Kenny Rogers rule. Know when your negotiations are not going anywhere or when to focus on different or other opportunities. And get it in writing. Get your salary in writing. Read it again. And only sign the agreement when you're 100% confident that you understand the offer and that offer is good for you. So if you use these negotiation tips, when the time comes, you'll be well on your way to negotiating higher salary and benefits.